name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hope you're all having a lovely day. So, real fast, everyone, today I'm going to remind you real fast about we have a busy stream week. Today we're doing mastering list of values. Nick, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let you share your screen.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yesterday we left over and we start a new technique here, a new series of a new webinar about the value list, a list of value, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why I'm doing that webinar now is because everything after that webinar will depend heavily on your understanding of the list function. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So So the list function it's this type of function that has different behavior from depending on the data source, okay, or the source of data, right? It change. So, and the documentation in the help is not helping too much, right? And it's hard to find a webinar, a video, or somebody explaining how this works with a good explanation and also good application, real world application. So let's start with this. So let's say I have here a list. I'm using a list. So let's use a list like this. I'm doing 1, 2, 3. What that return? That return 1, 2, 3, right? I could change and say 1, 2. I can put a letter, A, A, B, right? I can put letter, I can put whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a list, right?
Yes.
Right? So far, so good. So it's logic, right? And I can even put like Nick, I can put Marge, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I can put Rick, and I'll remove this. So you can put whatever you want here, right?
Yes.
Of course, you can also put, get layout name, get current date, right? And get account name, right? So you can put this. So you can put a function, okay? Also, what you can do, right? Remove this. You can put fields. So let's say I want the ID invoice, and I want the invoice date, and I want the total, right? For example, I want a list like this, right? You also can mix things, right? You can say, I want Nick hard-coded, I want get current timestamp, and this, right? So we mix text, hard-coded text, strings. This is how it's named. Strings, function, fields. Boom, right? But it works. So I get my list. So now that we learn how to generate a list, what is a list? What it is, right? Well, a list is any type of text. A list is this. Any type of text with a carriage return. For example, Nick, carriage return. Mm-hmm. This now is no longer text. It's a list of values.
Okay.
This is a value. I can say insert, date. I can say, I can type here. So this EINV underscore 1, 2, 3, 29. So this is now a list of value. This is also a list of value because there's a carriage return. There is a carriage return between values, right? So this, for example, right? This calculation, if I get it here and I put it here, we can play with it. Because now that we have this list of value, we have all this arsenal to our disposal, right? Filter values, get values, let values, middle values, rights, right? Sort, unique, value counts, all of those things, right, are, you know, they are for everything with values, by the way. Yeah, all of this. Everything that says values,
yes,
you know, it's for even sort value. I can sort the value, right? So that's why there's in the value realm, right? We have a lot of function, right? You understand? We have a lot of function for that. Middle value, right value, left value, all of those things, right, are for when you have a list of value, you know? When you have, you know, when you have a list of values, right? All of this works, right?
Okay.
For example, if I say list of values equal this, right?
Yes.
Now I can play with it. So I can say, you know, for example, I want the left values, you know, this, and I want the first value, the second. I want the 2 first, the 3 first, the 4 first, right? Left value. Then we have the right value, which is on the other side, you know, right values is on the other side. If I want the first, that would be the last, is the last value, right? The 2 last, the 3 last, okay? Now we have middle value, right? So middle value says, from the first value, I want the first, right?
Okay.
I want 1. From the first, I want 1. Or let's say from the second, I want 2. Right?
Okay.
So you say from the second value included, give me 2. So it will give you the second and the third. So you can, you know, you can do that. After that, we can even sort values, right? We can sort values, right? Like this. So we sort. So Nick now is down, right? So I know that I'm not data type local. Okay, data type is, let's say you want to sort this as a number. I think it's 1, 2. See, it changed depending on the type. I think 1 is it's text, 2 is number. So when you don't know, right, these kind of things, right, you can look for, you select here your function, and you click here. That will open the Claris help directly to that function, right? That's cool. So the data type, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can force your sort, right? You can have a value, right, like this, right? So let's say instead of doing this, let's have this, for example. You know, Rick, and I'm doing that on purpose to have a wrong and you know, right, like this. So it's missing this. Okay, so if I want to sort by text, this is it.
Okay.
M and R, right?
Yes.
Because I sort by text. So you can sort on the fly. So pretty much, if you want to represent that to you, is like a record within a list. Instead of having records, right? Because I can do that with records, right? I can sort records, correct? And I can say, go to the record number 2 and take 2 more. I can do that, with the omit record, go to record. But that is not on the data side, it's on the record side. It's on the record level. Here we are lower than the record level. We are in the data level, right? That means all of this is in memory. Is not in the record. Could be in a record, but it's a memory. Most of the time, what you get with the list function is in memory. You understand? So it's on the FileMaker food chain, we have the file first, then the table, then the field, then the record, then the data. So, you understand, right? Because there's no data without field, there's no field without table, there's no table without record. You know what I mean? So there's no data without record, there's no record without.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a food chain, right? The food chain, the top of the food chain, the bottom is the data, and the top is the file itself, right? So, that was powerful because you can generate that on the fly. So let's first go first to the question if we have some.
We do, actually. The first question we have is, when you sort values, does it leave an extra carriage return after that last value, or remove it?
When you sort, and will it leave the character?
Yeah, when you sort like the list of values, does it leave the carriage return at the very end? Like, is there an extra one, or?
Yeah, no. Let's build one, and let's do it. Let's try again. Rick and Marge, right? So it's easy to know. So let's sort value this by 1, which is text, right? So this is it. So you want to know if you have a carriage return at the end, right? So let's figure out. So value count on this is set free. Now, this is one way to know, but this won't, maybe I will have another result if I say pattern counts this and I search for the carriage return, right? It say free, so no. There's no carriage return at the end. Because there's only free.
No,
you're right. No.
Oh, there is? Okay.
No. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's a carriage return at the end.
Okay, cool.
But
good to know.
Yes, there's a carriage return at the end. But let's be honest. Okay, I kind of know why he's doing this. So you have many things that give you an extra carriage return, but don't count. For example, you want to know. Let's say you have this list. Let's make it simpler. Okay. Let's say we have the list is this. Okay. Let's make it simpler. And now you say you want to know how many values I have, for example. So you can say this pattern count, the list, and you search for this. So you say there's 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Correct? There's 1 carriage return after this one, 1 carriage return after this one, and 1 carriage return after this one. But this is not good at all. If you want to know how many value you have this value count list. This always will give you the right result, right? So I know the extra character return can be often problematic, right? But I'm not. I don't get. I don't get I don't get the problems because I don't use the technique that are pretty much walk around of things that you could have done if you knew how to do it correctly. Right? Pretty much here, when you type value here, you have everything you can do. For example, one that I do a lot, what I do a lot this, I use a lot this one, is this. Right? Is this and this. So if I do this is what I get, right? But it's not what I want. Or if I say how many character, how many values I have here, value count here, I say value count on this, I have 6, but no, I don't, because what is interesting for me is the unique value of this, right? I only have Marge, Nick, and Rick. The Nick, and Rick, it's no, I want one of each. I don't want the repetition, right? So here you can say, yeah, I have only 3 people in that list. I don't have 6 people. I have 6 people, right? You got it? So now you see everything you can do. And the same for filter values, right? So you can filter the value, So you can filter. You can say filter values, and you say, okay, from that list, I only want Nick. I have it 3 times. How many times I have Nick in the list? How many times in this list of, for example, IDs, how many times I have the ID 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 9, right? How many times I have it? This is the way you do it, right? Much better than the pattern count.
Yeah.
Pattern count is slow. Pattern count will be slow. This is for this. This function, filter value, has been done for this.
Got it. Okay, so it's designed specifically to pick out information out of the list.
Is to replace this pattern count stuff.
Yes. Okay.
Because we go straight to the pattern count when we don't know. But every single function in FileMaker has been invented, created for dedicated techniques. Then, after time, developers, they try to use the same tools to do all the things, like a hammer. The hammer, you can put a hole in the wall with a hammer. Get a statue like a Michelangelo, or kill somebody, right? With a hammer. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
But Michelangelo has like a hammer and another piece of other tool, to carve the marble,
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes you need to add another tool. That's the same with FileMaker. So that's why sometimes, you can come with you can explore the arsenal you have. Say, okay, it's like you go to your workshop at home and say, okay, what do I have? What the tool I have, right? And you open your drawers and stuff like that and say, I have this tool. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this tool. I can use that, right? It's the same here. Sometimes refresh your mind, right? Or learn if you don't know what that's for. What can I do for this with this? What the filter value means, right? So do we have another question?
So if you're displaying a sorted list with commas, you have to remove the last comma or leave it trailing? ? Oh, it's about if you wanted to replace the character terms with commas, like how would you do that cleanly?
Oh, if you and that's the point of the list. I'm going to explain that in this webinar. So
Okay.
let me continue. I will explain that. I will explain that. We will go a little bit, since we had this discussion about AI and Rick joining. So I will, I will spill a little bit after hour, right? Can we, Marge? Is that okay with you?
Yes, it is. I'll
All right.
mention to Mr. Kalman that you don't have to stay past the hour because the streams will run really long.
Oh, you can stay. You can come every day
Oh,
if
he
you want.
totally can. He could totally. He's
Yeah, you
always
can come.
welcome to stay.
And
So I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
like kidnap him.
I hope that because I talk to Claris a lot,
Hmm.
right? Sometimes I'm, okay. Rick knows that I am a big mouse, right? He knows that, but he knows also that I'm rarely wrong, so.
I'll vouch for that.
So yeah, it's there's this interview of Steve Jobs about like 25, 30 years ago, and he said, he said somebody that work with you, and when he knows what he's talk about, right? When he knows his stuff, he said they are pain in the ass. Those people, the people who know what they talk about, they are pain in the ass. He said, I sent, I sent this interview to your father when your father told me, so one day, say, oh, Nick, you're pain in the ass to manage, right? You say, yeah, like Steve Jobs said, So because I know what I'm talking about, but it's okay, So let's continue the list, because you will now we're going to enter the situation. So let's say I'm here, right? Oh yeah, by the way, you will say, Nick, how you get this calculation to show up the result in layout mode? Well, you use the view, you go show, and you say sample data, because otherwise you get this. But when you get here, you say, okay, show sample data, boom. It calculates based on the record you were when you went to layout mode. For example, here I am in this record, right? If I go there, the record change. If I go layout mode, boom, it keep that. So sometime when you want to debug, right? When you want to debug something, right? You can use that technique and see, because you see actually the first record. This is the first record of the portal, by the way. This is the first record of the portal, 3826, 5. No, see? This is the first record of the portal. And all the data inside here are the real data, even though you are in layout mode, right? So I'm using that a lot. So, and when you click here, it changed the gets, because I have a get current timestamp. So if you click here, you refresh. Okay, so let's continue. So let's change this. I'm not doing this. And I start saying, I want the list of invoice, the list of throughout this relationship, right? Throughout this relationship, T12A, I want the list of record ID. Okay? For example. Boom. This is a list of record IDs I get from that. So let's assume if it's correct, right? 36, 26, 26, 34, 34, 27, 27, 33, 33. So we're good. So those are records. So now I got those. They are no longer records, right? Those are now data. I extract them from the record level and I put them into the data level here. And now I can say, okay, value count on this. How many I have? How many I have? Boom, 9, right? I have 9 values. I know that. I can count how many things. And actually, this is how you count how many related record you have. Okay? You understand? So I can get whatever I want. I can get record ID or, I can get a description, for example. Boom, that's my description. See? So here, for example, for just an application, I want to know how many items I have, but here it will say, oh, you have 9 items. No, I don't have 9 items. I have 3 items, not 9. But how I can know that? How I know that? Okay. So now you know how it works, right? So you go there and you say, well, give me the unique value on this, A, B, C, D, which is correct, right? A, B, C, D. And now you can say, okay, thank you for this. Okay, thank you for this. But how many I have? Value counts this. I have 4. I have 4 items. So it could be like, for example, let's say you have the same item, in your invoice, for example, but you use like UUID and you call the same UUID all the time, right? It works as well. Here I use the description to make it easier to, to understand. But if you call the same UUID, for example, for product, you can do the same on the UUID and do the unique value on the UUID and then count how many unique value you have. And you have your count of current products and not how many items you have in your invoice, but how many product you use, right? Correct? Right? So
yes, no, that makes perfect sense.
yeah. So now now you see the benefit of using a list, right? All the goodness you can have with list. But now there's another problem here, right? That's a big problem. Is when if I do this, it returns this. But let's say now I'm doing something else and I say, okay, yeah, I want this, and also I want this, which could be I want, this and this, right? I want this and this. I want the description and quantity. This is what you get. So you no longer get the list of records. You get you switch from the list of record mode to list of field modes. That means here I'm listing 2 fields. So the list function switches from one mode to another one, and it no longer return the list of record. Is return the first record of the list for each, the first record of the related records for each fields. So that's why you get very confused most of the time. Okay? You get very, very, very confused when you use list, because you say, okay, if I have one field, I get the list of the records of all the data for that field for all the related records. But if I add another one on next to it, well, it's switch mode and I have the first record for both fields. Yes, this is how it works. Okay. This is how it works. So how I can get the list of, I want to all the description and I want both. I want to make this. I want to have all the description and all the quantity in one list, right? Okay.
Yes.
Well, you do list of lists.
Oh, we're stacking them.
Yeah. Okay. And this is where my best friend let come, right? And you say, okay, descriptions descriptions equal, oops, this and you add, yes, don't worry, I know. And this is quantities equal quantities, and this will be this. Okay, so now what do we have here? Okay, what do we have here? So let me close this. So description description is this, correct? That's the list of description. The list of quantity is this, correct? Right? So is this. So item 541, 541, 325, 325, 221, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now that we have both, I just need to do this. Lists of this and, let's do this first, and this. So so the let statement get the first list, boom, and get the second list, boom. And then I do a list of lists, boom. Right?
Oh, there you go.
So now,
Okay.
so now you get it. You say, oh yeah, now I understand. That's great. That's good,
Yes.
because now I have the first list and the second list, and then I have both.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But now, can we do something better than this? Can I do something like this? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
List of get value description, value number 1, right? That's the first value, okay? And
Yes.
get value. So I'm going to show you the power of the value, okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The value of the value, the power of the value.
Value of the value.
Because if you want to do that with records, record is heavy. Let's say here, I'm dealing with iPhone boxes, right? But before to be an iPhone boxes, those boxes were in a big truck, right? Before to come in my hand as an iPhone box,
Yes.
they were boxes within a truck. And the truck is much more difficult to manipulate than a box.
Yes.
Right? So that's why the value, I'm extracting things from the truck, right? And now I'm dealing with boxes. No more truck. It's no more, okay. So now I can say quantity. So I want a list of get value, the first value of description and the first value of quantity. So what did I get? I get this. Item A, 5, right? So what happens if I say, okay, I want the value 2. Item 4. So now
Nice.
I can, so now I can do better. I can improve that calculation. And then you can understand when I was talking about AI, the AI cannot come with that logic, with that superhuman, super lazy, smart, and experienced human. Okay? Because yes, I'm lazy. That's why I came with those techniques. And I'm experienced. Yeah. Smart. Yeah. I proved myself I was. And so, but an AI cannot come close to that. So see those numbers. Do I want me to put them manually? If I want free, I need to think about this and this. Because if I do this, I'm unsynced. If I do this, I'm unsynced. Item B is no longer 1, it's 4, because I'm taking this item and this quantity. So it's wrong. So to prevent that and to make it easier and to make it faster, I say value number equals, and I'm putting my value number here, right? And then I'm calling this here and this here and this here.
There you go.
So
you can much
now,
more easily change that.
yeah, so now I just have to change the number. This is a value 3, which is correct. So let's say now I want to change, right? And I want the value 5, for example, right? Well, let's say, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Item
There
B2.
you go.
Here we go. So now you say, okay, that is okay, that's good, because we have a list and stuff like that. That's great, by the way, right?
Yes.
So let's get this into a statement in their, result, right? So let's get that in the let statements, right? And now I can say, okay, I want this in one row separated by comma.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I have my results, right? And I prefer to, let's call it list of values, because FileMaker call it like this. I want to substitute my list of values. I search for the carriage return because I know. So why I'm using list for this, right? Because I know list will generate a carriage return between 2 values for sure. This is sure. This is on the contract. When you buy FileMaker, when you subscribe to FileMaker Pro online, you sign a contract that Claris will deliver to you a carriage return each time you use a list function. This is in the contract, right? No, really,
Yes.
really, this is in the contract. So now that I'm sure I can rely on that character, because it's there, and is there. Not only it's secure and guaranteed, but it's there. It's here on plain sight. Okay. And I say, okay, which character I want to replace. Okay. And here where let statement is great, because you say, okay, you know what? I might change my opinion on which character I want to use to separate. Right? So I can say, okay, let's say I want comma space, okay, as a replace string, right? So I change here. I don't change in the calculation. I change it in the let statement. So now this is what I get. Item B, comma 2. But you can say, yeah, but I don't want a comma. I don't want a comma. I want this, for example, because I prefer, personally, I want this, right? Or whatever suits you. You want, for example, you say, yeah, but I want a tab, right? Now you have a tab here, right? You have a tab here. If you show the formatting bar, I can show it to you. How to show the, no, I think it's the ruler. It's the ruler, show ruler. Yeah, So here, if I put a tab here, right? Look what happened. What happened? Why? Because I have a tab here. So, oh, yeah, sure. I think I need to do this. The first tab I'm doing, yeah, see? I have a tab. See what I mean? And I can do something like this, right? So I have a tab, I double click on the tab here, and I say, let's put that as 45. And I want to fill with dots. Ah, why it didn't work? So here, I want to fill with dots. Oh, I need to set. Oh, yeah, this. Rick, pretend you're not listening, but this will be awesome if we can fix that. I still don't have it.
What's happening?
But anyway, I want to fill with character dots,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't register for some reason. See, it doesn't want it. It doesn't want it, or maybe because right, it doesn't set. Okay. Okay, now it's there. Okay. We'll get it. I don't know. It's okay. But anyway, you got the point here. If I do left, it doesn't get something wrong here. It has a set, apply. Okay. Here, oh, yeah, my bad. I need to select all the text, left, and yeah, I got it. Okay, apply. So now it comes. Okay. Boom. Right? So all of this, I got it, right? Using the what's the name? Using the list function. Okay. So now you know. So of course, here now, if you want me to finish this, I need to use a while function. I don't know what time is it. Do you want me to build a while function for you? I know the answer.
Yes, we always love a good while function.
Okay, so we have time. So let's play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I have this, and I want this, right, for all the items. I want this list to be transformed in something that you can send by email, for example, right? Because I cannot send that table by email. I can't, right? I can do that. So, but if I have 10 items, 15 items, 20 items, 2 items, I want this list to fit, right? So let's get this, right? And put that into this, right? But no. The best for me to do to do the while, I need to go to the data viewer, because it's better, okay, to go there. Okay, so I'm going to take this result, right? Actually, I don't need that. I need the list of values, right? List of values. No, I don't need the list of values. I need the list. I need the first list and the second list. Yeah, this I don't really need it. When I'm going to use it, but not like this. Okay. So this will come later. So to deactivate something, you just do this. Okay. So I have my let function, and now I'm going to use the while. So what the while do? Okay. First, you need to put what they call the initial values, okay, the initial variable. Okay, I'm going to explain. Then you have the logic, then you have the results, right? So what the initial variable? You need to declare everything you will need. It's like you're in the kitchen, you're going to do whatever, a dish, and you need onion, tomatoes, and olive oil. You need a pan, to fry the onion, and you need a pot to cook the tomatoes. You need a knife. So you put everything into the table, into the kitchen counter. Okay. So here you say, okay, see here, I'm gathering with my let statement, I'm gathering the above descriptions. Okay. So let's say list of value 1 equal this one. So you extract this, right? And then you take this and you put here. Why? Is because this is where I'm going to get much more complicated things. So I need to get this as simple as possible to read. If I start to put things like this in the middle, that will be difficult to read. The list of value 1 is the description. This is understandable and is going like, what I was saying yesterday about the naming, when you name things, right? I don't need comments here. The list of value number 1 is the descriptions. The list of value number 2, right? Number 2, there's the quantities. Copy paste, right? See what I mean? So I don't need a comment here. I know what I'm talking about. Description and quantity returns the list of what I want, and then I'm using these 2 things in my calculation. Much simpler to read. Correct? Because this here, I don't care. I don't want to see that. Don't show me this. Don't show me. It's okay. I understand my stuff. I don't need to read that. You understand? I don't need. It's over. You put it like this. I don't care. It's forget about it. That's the beauty of the let statements. So now that I have this, I need to count how many values I have. I need to know because I need to stop the while. While is like a loop that will continue until the condition is valid. So let me explain. I need to know, for example, the maximum, the max, right? The top. But the max is, right, equal. I bet you understand what I mean now? The value counts of the value list 1. Okay? Because they're 2 in sync. So it's okay. I just count the first value or the second value. They all will return the same number of values. Okay? So, but I take the first. Max value count this, but, right? I could have removed this and put it here on this, but let's put it here. It's okay. The max is the value count of the list 1. Now, in my counter, because this is how, okay, so I need to know initiate equal, right? Initiate equal nothing or 0. I need to know that. I'm going to show you what. Initiate equal nothing. Max equal this. Initiate equal this. Result equal nothing. Those are my initial variable. Remember, while tells you need the initial variable. So this is what I need to put in the counter. Everything that you're going to use here and here need to be declared here in one way. If I don't put initiate here, and I call initiate here, you say, I don't know what you talk about. For example, here, the condition to get this while to continue, keep going, is when initiate is inferior or equal of max. Let's say max is 5. And I start initiate with 1. Okay? Oh, by the way, initiate need to be 1 here. I start with 1. Okay? I initiate with 1, which is normal. Okay? I initiate with 1. Let's say this returns 5. This while will keep going until initiate become 5. The first round while we return initiate 1, and 1 is inferior or equal to max. That's valid. It keep going. The second round, it will put initiate equal 2. Initiate, so 2 inferior or equal to max, 3 inferior or equal to max, 4 inferior or equal to max, and 5 inferior or equal. And that's it. Then it will start, it will try a 6, right? And say, 6 is not inferior or equal to 5. That means stop. Don't keep going. Stop it. Okay, so now that I put on the table my two lists, description and quantity, I know how many values I have. I know I need to start with the first, because this is what I want to start. So, for example, let's say you have a list from an Excel file, and you don't want the first because the first is the header. You start with 2. It will ignore the first. You understand why the 2 is important? Okay. So I keep 1, initiate 1. I said until this is valid, keep going. And what do I need here? What do I need here? Okay. I need to get, so the column 1, let's call like this, column 1 equal get value of the list of value 1 and the value initiate. The first, what will happen? The first round, so the first, it will say, okay, the column 1, I want the first value of this value, and the column 2 will be this. So let's say I have item A5 on the first value. It will get the first value of that list and the second value of the last list. If this is 2, it will get the second value of that list and the second value of that list. Right? Now that I have this, right, I can build this, right? But now it's much easier. I just need to do final list equal, it's the list of column 1 and column 2. Correct? Final list. Now, what do I want to do here? Right? So now you understand, when you put everything on the table like this, you can see the thing coming. It's like, okay, so you put in the pan, you put a little bit of butter, and then you put a little bit of onions. And then when the onions is good, you put a little bit of meat. And then when the meat is start to be, a little bit like brown, you say, okay, oh, I'm good. I can put my tomato, right? It's the same thing. You start with put everything in the counter in your kitchen, and you say, okay, you know what? When it's brownish and the meat inside is 89 or 19 degree Fahrenheit inside the meat, you're ready. You're done. You need to pull out, right? And here is the chef's recipe, right? So I'm getting the tomatoes, I'm getting the onions, this is it. It's the same thing. So now that I have this, what do I, so I have, now I will get item A and 5. Now I want to replace with this string that I have here, right? This string here, I want to replace the carry return of this. So flat list, okay, equal or flat result, or flat, let's say flat or flatten, yeah, flatten, that's good, equal, substitute the final list, this character, because this is the one I have, for sure, by contract. Remember, Claris, you sign a contract with Claris, you get this, for sure. And I replace by the replacement string that I have here. So you can get this programmatic. You can say, oh, I want a comma, or I want a tab. You remember those CSV, comma, separated values, tab, separated values, those separated value, you can get your separation that you want. You can programmatically choose it. So now I have these flattened things, right? So it's pretty much done. I can say my result is it's the list again, the list again. List is power. Right? So in Star Trek, the Klingon says fear is power, but in FileMaker is list is power, not the fear. Okay, so results, list, and what we do, we say whatever the result is, because I'm going to do that, if I have 5 value, I'm going to do that 5 times. So the first, you get 1 result, and I'm going to add this, right? So it's this, right? So I'm adding to the result, I'm adding the latest results, right? So let's see why it's not working. I think it's because it's missing something. Here is missing something here. Oh, it's because I have this here. So let's clean up. I don't need this. I don't need this. I need those 2. So something wrong. Okay, so let me see what's wrong. Because it do something, but okay, so I forgot the most important. At the end of this, I need to initiate this. So this is equal initiate plus 1. What that means? It means you start initiate with 1. This is the first come with 1. Okay? So it will put 1 here. It will put 1 here. It will put 1 here. Everything that depends on this 1, 1, 1 will come here. And then he said, oh, by the way, you just finished a round. You just finished a round here. By the way, the initial value, get whatever was the initial value as of now, and add 1. So the next round, we say, okay, then now this initiate stuff, right, is 2 because it was 1 from the beginning. And then you said, okay, replace this initiate stuff by initiate plus 1. But see?
Woo!
So now, why stop here? You know, look this, the power of the list. So if I do this and I say, okay, you know what? I want this. Why not? Why not? I want the item, I want the quantity, right? And I want the unit price, right? So unit price, you come here, you add 1 like this, you put unit price, oops, that value free, right? Correct? You create like this, you correct like this, you set column free, value free. That was the name, the naming. The name is cool. I don't put description here, quantity here, unit price here. This battle is won already, right? You won the battle, you have some dead, some wounded, it's over, right? So now you can name it something easy to get in your mind, right? So the column free is the list of value free. You don't just make sure this is aligned, right? Correct? So now look how easy it is. I'm getting my column free here and I'm adding here to my calc. Bam. So why not making another? Now I want the price, whatever, the total price, right? That total price. Yeah, I know, I have a typo, it's okay. Total price, right? So I copy this, boom, boom, list of value 4, equal total price, right? And I'm copying this, and this, 4, and 4. Yeah. And of course, I could, from there, you know, you can keep going, you know, like flatten those two, make that plus this, that plus this, that plus this, and get 1 row for the sum of all. I could have done that, but you know, I think you got the points of the list. So before we go, if I have some, do I have some time before we go?
You do. I also do
Okay.
have questions though.
Okay,
So,
okay. Yeah, let's go to the question.
can you use the summary function for this? I assume the while bit.
The summary function to do what?
Unfortunately, it didn't specify. So, Pavel, if you hear
to
me,
do like you want to know like item A5, item A4, and you want to add a row here, say, okay, the total is this. Of course, you can do whatever you want. Because the summary, if I want to use this, so I have this while here, but let me, first, I want to keep this, if I may, right? I want to keep that and put it here. You know, even I want to store it like list of items. Okay, I want to keep this like this, right? And make it calculation. And I want to keep that, right? So I'm starting from T12 I want to keep that calculation and you know, and so I can make it like this and code it like this inside. Let's do this. Why do this? Oh, yeah. List of items because it's remember I asked for the tab. It's a tab separation, okay? It's a tab separation. So
Yes.
for example, if I want to fix this, right? So I need to do this, for example, and say another one here. Hold on. I need one here with, let's say 85 with the dots, and I set it, right? Then I do a new one, like 100 new, but I don't want, right? So now I remember. So now I have 2 here, but I can do a little bit more. So I can do this, you know, you move this here, because I have 3 columns, right? Column A, B, C, even more, right? And I can do this, this. Okay, I can duplicate this. It's okay. So I need to do this, okay? Then I need to do this, okay? Then I need to do this, okay? Boom, fixed. So you add column like this, right? So if you want to create an email with this, right? You can. So so now the question, because I saved this, so I want to save the calc.
Why would you need to wrap a while statement with a let statement? While has its own area for declarations of locally scoped variables.
Yeah, I could have done this also. Like you say, don't use this and declare this inside here.
Yeah.
Well, here was the reason. Okay, normally I would have done, you know, it's because I can. You want to know why? Okay. Now, let's say I want to do that. You know, let's say I want to do that for many tables, not just this one. I want to do a custom function. You want me to show you this? I'm showing you how to do a custom function of this. You know, get list of items. So what do I do? What do I need? Okay, first I need this, and I need this, and I need this, and I need this. Okay, and I need this. So here I want this. Here, so I could have, yeah, removed the let stuff here, but I don't know. I like to do something like this, if I may, you know. If I may, I would have done this. So you say this equal this from this, right? And then you can just copy those. Two, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, right? And I will replicate this here too. You know, I know it looks weird, but you declare this here, right? And then that's done, right? It's done. Then you redeclare it in the while function. But this has been evaluated already. So I don't know. It's up to you. If you don't like it, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's okay. You can say something like this, okay? And you say something. You can put everything. So you call this separator, and change this here, and just replace this like this. It's the same. It's the same. If you like this, let's put like this. It's fine to me. So that now is a custom function. Okay. So now I have this get list of items. So if I go here, right, and I say, okay, get list of items, the value 1 is description, the value 2 quantity, the value 3 unit price, the value 4 total price, and the separation is a tab or this, right? So why doesn't get list? Oh, see, something is doing it, but for the first row only. So something wrong happened because it's this. I think it's because I need to. Whoa. No. Yeah, it's because. So that's the reason why I like to do in two rows. So yeah, I was right. Sorry guys, but I was right. So let's put that in let statement. I'm going to show you why. So it's because the let statements, this is a list. I need the list, right? I need the list, but now I need the list of the fields, right? So I think if I do like this, it won't work.
Okay.
It won't work. I tell you why. It's because I'm pretty sure it won't work. So I'm doing this separation. So I said this is this. This is this. This is this. And this is this. Okay, list of value 1 is this. So actually, this is not, this will be field 1, not value. This will be field 2. Field 2. This will be field 3. Oops. And this will be field 4. Because this is not the list, it's the field. So this is field 1, this is field 2, this is field 3, this is field 4, and the separation. Separator equal separator. So the separation, boom, boom, boom. Separator is this, but I don't really need to replicate this here. List of value is field 1. Actually, no. Okay. This is field 1. This is field 2. This is to get the logic, right? Because actually I'm building the list of value based on list of the fields. And now, right, I don't need that here, by the way, because yes, I need, because I'm I need that in the screen, but I need to do the list. Here, I'm not doing it. I'm just grabbing what this already done, and I'm grabbing here, but I don't want the list inside here. I want this to be done, and then I can do whatever I want. Okay? So I was right with the let's. You know, sometimes, you know, what I'm saying to my customer, I said, I don't remember why I'm doing it, but if I'm doing it, that's a reason. You know, because sometimes you do things, but you don't. I'm pretty sure this will work. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, it works. Now it works. See? So let's say I want to change the separator and I want a dot, for example. Or I want this. Right? So now, for example, you can send that to an email, for example. Right? So it's easy now. And you can present that like this because it makes more sense, right? So now you have a custom function. Separator. What? This is it. See? You have a nice custom function. So now what I don't know, and then we can try. What we can try is, what about, I don't have anything here. Can I do this? Let's say I have 3 only. Yes, we can. You don't need to have 4, right? You can have 3 column only. You just, well, because the custom function is asking you, right? It's asking you field 1, field 2, field 3. Oh, I did I'm going to change that. That's a typo. File 1, 2, 3, 4. But let's say I have only 2, right? You cannot say this. You cannot say, oh, I want to animate those. You cannot say that because it will say wrong, something wrong, right? Because the custom function is waiting for something. So, but what you can do is say the third one, nothing, and the fourth one, nothing. Right? I want only 2. Boom. Oh, here. Yeah, I can fix this. I can fix this. The first, you know. So, but it's fine, right? Why doing this? 1, 2, 3. You should have a stop it. But no, it's okay. You understand what I mean. So now something else before we go. You know, let's do it. Let's do it another time. I will have another opportunity to talk about this.
Yes.
So, yeah, because
Trust
it's
me.
a lot.
Nope.
Yeah.
But this has been awesome, Nick. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So I'm going to I don't want to send this file. Let's wait next Monday, right? Next Monday you will have all of those because this is part of the demo I'm doing on next Monday. Right?
Yes.
Next Monday is we start this sort stuff, right?
Okay, yes. So we'll do that. So you'll get that sample file later then.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Or I can let me extract just it. Yeah, I can do that. I will give you that. I will give you that by the end of the day.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Works for me.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nick. Seriously.
No problem. You're welcome very much. And I hope you enjoy and we see each other next Monday.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I will catch y'all later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.